Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new, you're gonna love it here, and if you're returning, what's up? So this video is an updated makeup tutorial, kind of like my last one, but I feel like I've gotten better, so that's why I made this video. So with that being said, if you would like to see how I achieve this natural beat, keep on watching. Hey y'all, let's get right to it. So I start off by using the NYX micro brow pencil in the color espresso for my brows. As you can see, I start off by brushing them out. So I start by doing light strokes in the front of my brow. I like the real natural look, so this is why I do that. And here's a close-up. As you can see, I'm not putting that much pressure on the pencil because I don't like super dark, harsh brows on me. It's just not my preference and I'll be looking a mess. Then I outline the brow only at the bottom to give it more of an arched look. Then I'm going back in to do more light strokes in the front. Then I fill the rest in just a little to give the brow more of a full look. I use the spoolie in the front of my brow just to give it that ombre effect, and then repeat the process on the other side. Okay, now that the brows are done, we are going to set them in place using the Benefit 24-hour brow setter gel. And by the way, these are the undone brows, so ignore that. I recorded this clip before I started my makeup. So here I am just brushing the brows up. This is what's going to keep the brows in place. So to conceal my brows, I use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Cool Tan. Then I go in with this brow brush. I don't know what these brushes are called, y'all. I'm sorry. That's why I made sure to show the brush just in case if y'all wanted to see it. Here's a close-up of me lightly concealing my brows. This is giving it a cleaner look. I don't use that much concealer, obviously, because the brows are natural. I want to keep the concealer natural. You get the vibe. Then I repeat the same thing on the other side. Once I'm done, I like to drag the concealer down just so that it won't look like a harsh line of concealer and it'll blend in with my eyelids. Now that the brows are complete, I'm going to wipe the rest of the concealer off of my hand and move on to the next step. I prime using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And honestly, I don't use that much because this tiny bottle is a little pricey, for one. And for two, I feel like I don't need that much primer because my face is already moisturized from my skincare routine. And I feel like since I don't put a heavy amount of makeup on, I shouldn't put a heavy amount of primer on. So I'm going to go in with my Weightless Stay Naked Liquid Foundation in the color 60WY. I put the foundation everywhere but on my forehead. If you are looking for a full coverage foundation, I do not recommend this. I honestly don't know why I don't just squeeze 2 big dots on my cheeks and on my chin and on my nose and then call it a day. But now that we're done with that, we're going to use this fluffy brush to blend it on out. Like I mentioned before, I don't put the foundation on my forehead, but I will brush up on my forehead just to make it look seamless and so that it'll blend with the rest of my face a little more. It's not really mandatory, but sometimes I do it anyways. The first concealer that I use is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Vanilla. So this is the placement for my concealer. I use this shade for that bright under eye. As you can see, I don't put it directly under my eyes because that helps with creasing. I put it right on top of where them bags are. Yeah. I apply a little on my nose and on my chin. Now that that's done, I like to let it dry down, not too much, but this will help give it better coverage. The next concealer that I'm using is the Fenty concealer in shade 350. I'm actually running low on this concealer, but it's okay because I'm gonna make it work every time. So I apply this concealer in between the bright concealer. Then I'm gonna use this brush and blend it on out. I like to use brushes instead of beauty blenders to blend out my concealer because it doesn't pick up as much product. And as you can see, I'm dragging the concealer up to my eye to fill out the empty space. I use the Fenty concealer along with the brightening concealer to give it a darker undertone, because if I don't, it's just literally gonna look like chalk on my face, and I don't like how that looks. You'll see once I blend out my chin how much brighter my chin is compared to my under eyes. Although I do use my beauty blender to blend out my nose because of the pointy tip of the beauty blender, it makes it a lot easier to blend it out instead of using the brush. And here I am just being extra, applying a little more brightening concealer. So when I do go in with my beauty blender after blending it out the first time with the brush, I do this to help get rid of harsh lines and just help blend it in more. I like to contour with the LA Pro Girl concealer in the shade Toast. To help with placement, I do this fish face, and wherever the creases are in my cheeks, that's where I put the concealer. So I apply it on my cheek and on my jaw, on both sides, of course. Then I use this brush to blend it on out. Also, I forgot to mention that my black brush set is from e.l.f. and the silver brush set, I think it's from Wish. So I don't really recommend those, but these black ones are nice. I put a little too much concealer on this side, but that's okay because I'm gonna fix it. I feel like that's an important key that I learned when doing my makeup, is that I am going to make mistakes every now and then, but I need to be able to know how to fix it every time. So I'm going to use that same brush to drag some of the product up to my forehead just to help everything come together. Going in with my beauty blender to help blend out the concealer from my under eye and the concealer from the contour. I'm using the NYX Sweet Cheeks blush in the shade Bang Bang. Forgot to show you how to brush, but I'm using a fluffy brush to apply it. I like to smile a little bit and apply the blush on my cheeks. I'm gonna bake using the Revolution baking powder in the shade Banana. And I'm gonna apply it using this powder puff. This is literally one of my favorite things to use. It is so much better and easier to apply the powder than using a beauty blender. It's just so soft and it works well. Moving on to my chin, just gonna bake that as well. And I'm gonna use my beauty blender once again, the pointy part, to apply the powder to my nose. Next, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in the shade Saddle. Using the same brush that I used to blend out my contour. And I'm going to bronze on top of where the contour was placed. Next, I'm going to go in with this brush and use a little bit of bronzer to contour my nose. I will also use the bronzer on my eyelids. Maybe one day I'll try eyeshadow, but as of right now, I just use my bronzer. Then I go in with my powder puff to help get rid of harsh lines. Now moving on to the lashes. These are from the beauty supply, but I don't know the brand. One thing I always do is curl my lashes. I am not with Hair Glue anymore. I am with I Envy Strip Lash Adhesive. So of course I apply the glue to the lash. Then I immediately grab a mirror and lay the lash on my lash line in the exact placement where I want the lash to sit. Once I take the lash off, I do this process to the other lash. Doing this allows it to be glued on my eyelid and on the lash, and this is what helps my lashes really stick. While I let the glue get tacky, I will be using this Luxury Intense eyeliner in the color black. I use this to help darken my eyes so that the strips can appear to be more natural and seamless. Now it is time to apply my lashes. It is easier to apply lashes looking down at a mirror instead of looking straight across at a mirror, because it's like having your eyes closed, but you have the mirror so you can see. I really recommend using this method. This is literally the easiest way to put on lashes. And boom, just like that. That easy, that quick. The strip lashes are on. So this is a dark brown lip liner from the Beauty Supply. I always start off by wiping my lips. I finally figured out a better way to line my lips. Of course, I'm going to follow the natural shape of my lips, but I'm going to overline my top lip just a little. The goal is to even out my top lip with my bottom lip. When it's time to do my bottom lip, I literally just line it. I do not overline it. I do not underline it because I want it to stay exactly how it is. My bottom lip is already plump and I just like to leave it how it is. Once that's complete, I like to blend it out. I finish everything off by using the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. It smells so good. And of course, I forgot to add my mole. So here I am, adding my mole. And putting my nose ring back in because I do take my nose ring out when I do my makeup. Finishing off my lips, I use the Absolute Lip Plump High Shine Gloss in the color Rosewood. And I only apply this gloss to my top lip. I do this so that it can be more plump to match the size of the bottom lip. Next, I use the lip oil. You can find this gloss at the Beauty Supply. And lastly, I go in with the NYX Butter Gloss in the color Fortune Cookie. The products that I use will be listed in my description. Also in my Amazon storefront as well, which will also be in my description box down below. So this is what the Natural Bee is giving. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.